One day I'll just eat a whole lot of fruit, and then the next day I'll think to myself, I'm just going to do protein and fat. And then the next day I think, oh, maybe just a slice of sourdough wouldn't be so bad. And I really don't know anymore what to eat and what's good. I have a plethora of cookbooks and remedies in my pantry, and I just really need to get back to basics and find out what's going to work for me and my tummy now.
Yeah, and I think that's the interesting thing, is that you've really hit the nail on the head, is don't overcomplicate it and get back to the basics. So people often struggle with breakfast, for example.
Breakfast is the hardest, definitely.
Yeah, especially when, you know, in Australia, it's really normal for people to just reach for the toast or the cereal in the morning. And yet for a lot of people, filling up on wheat-based products in the morning is the worst thing that they can do.
Well, that's the thing, that it doesn't fill me up. If I do decide to eat toast by 9:30, I'm hungry again.
That's right. You're not only hungry, but it can do all sorts of things to your stomach as well too. So if you've had tummy troubles, wheat and dairy can be such a terrible thing, and also not a good way to start your day. So one of the things I do like to do is I like to help people with breakfast, and there's so many easy things that you can do. You talked about fruit, and do you like smoothies?
Yeah.
Yeah, so one of the tricks is also to be really organised as well. Now don't be frightened by that, because when I say organised, it's really just about putting some practical steps in place so that you're not caught out at breakfast. So smoothies, for example, you can decide what sort of combinations of fruit and vegetables that you like, and you can have that all made up in your freezer at the start of the week, and you just grab one out, add it to your blender, add it to your Thermomix, add the liquids that you like, 30 seconds, bang, there's your breakfast.
Any kind of fruits and veg, or will you help me to decide which are the better fruits and veg for me?
All fruits and veg are great, so you will work out what combinations you like, but I have a ton of recipes that I'll get you started with that make it really easy, readily available, and you can get whatever's in season as well. So at the moment I'm absolutely loving all the berries coming out for summer, so I have a lot of berries in my smoothies, but every meal that I have, I will also have vegetables with it. So this morning I did have a smoothie, and I think it had bananas and raspberries and spinach and bok choy and celery, some eggs, some gelatin, some almond milk, and I whizzed all that up and it was delicious. Now, that was yummy for me.
That sounds delicious. Do you add the eggs in for protein?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So you don't have to if you don't like the idea of having a raw egg, but there's all sorts of options around that as well. So what I like to do is I like to understand what sort of food you like to eat and what you're really struggling with, so that we can tackle those issues first. And then it's also really good to have some food on hand. You have children as well, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, so if you go clear your cupboard out and there's nothing delicious other than fruit and vegetables, and look, I'm sure your kids and my kids, they love their fruit and veggies. I know that's not the case for everyone, but mine do. But they're growing boys and they can't live on fruit and vegetables and meat alone. So I have a whole bunch of these sorts of yummy things. So that's right. So the kids can take these to school and they love them. These are some breakfast options here as well. They don't just have to be a snack type food. So these banana muffins, and all these recipes will be available on the blog later too. But the banana breakfast muffins are packed full of vegetables and protein. So that is a really satisfying meal and a nutritionally balanced meal in itself.
That's so exciting. I can't remember the last time I ate a muffin.
Yeah, I know, you know, and it's incredible because they're not, you know, sometimes all that gluten-free food, especially if you buy it out of a packet, is worse for you than just eating the bread in the first place. So I'm certainly not advocating that you do something like that. What I really want for people is to just get back to the basics. Because when you get back to the basics, it's not difficult. And it doesn't mean you have to eat salad and lettuce leaves or whatever all the time. You can eat lots and lots of yummy food. It doesn't take a lot of time. In fact, it probably takes me less time now to prepare the meals that we eat than it ever did before. Really, you know, if it's longer than 5 or 10 minutes, I haven't got the time. You probably don't have the time either. So a little bit of prep work and organisation goes a long, long way. And that's the sort of thing that, you know, if you sign up to the Savvy Belly newsletter or hop onto our Facebook page, I post hints and tips and tricks all the time on how to make that really easy.